Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Nereeda McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. It is so awesome to be here with you. Welcome. Today's episode and sticky note comes to you from, my sticky note of books, really. And I think I might have said this in another podcast as well. I've gotten very, fancy, and I've popped some of my sticky notes onto a board on my computer. So I now have sticky notes on my computer, in my books, everywhere. Doesn't matter. These things are just when something comes in, I've just got to write it down and make sure I don't forget it. So another reason why I created the Frequency Shift Journal, so I could put everything in it and just know that everything is in that one place. You'd still be amazed at how many sticky notes are in that journal. But that's okay. That is okay. It works. It works, doesn't it? So anyway, enough about Post-it notes, sticky notes. Let's get straight into this one. And it reads, Triggers, the gift, the medicine. And I shared a post on my Instagram stories a while ago, and it said this: you will inspire some and trigger others. Both are medicine. And how true is that? Because when we get triggered, that is medicine. When we get inspired, that is medicine. When we get triggered, those triggers it is the medicine. It is there to show us what within we need to heal or look at or give love to. Triggers are actually a massive gift. And I think it was Mel Robbins talking about jealousy once as well. And that can be a trigger. You know, she would say she wouldn't get jealous of someone singing and performing on stage because that isn't something that she wants to do. But if they were doing something that she did want to do and she wasn't doing it, then that would trigger her. And that trigger was there to show her, well, you're not doing it yet, so do it. So I thought that was a really interesting perspective as well, because not only do things, if something triggers us and someone might say something that we find hurtful, but if that same thing was said to someone else, they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's just doesn't bother me. It shows us within what is there for us to still give love to and to heal. Those things really are so powerful. And so even if it's just like a little, like you can see how far you've come with something as well when something doesn't trigger you anymore. And that's a beautiful gift too, because you'd think, back in the day, that would used to shit me so much. But because you've done the work and you've healed, or you've released what you need to release, or you've given love to that thing within that you needed to, and you've allowed the space to do it, it doesn't shit you anymore. And so triggers really are medicine, and they are a gift if we allow it. It's up to us to choose how to interpret things. And that's not to say that we aim to be trigger free. I mean, I think if you are, maybe you're like a fully and so enlightened that you don't even need to be on Earth. I'm not sure. We're on a planet that's a learning planet. We're here to learn and grow. So of course things will trigger us, and we might have done a shit ton of work on ourselves, and then something comes up and we just revert back to this version of ourselves that you thought didn't exist anymore. But that's part of the process. It's there to show you that, maybe there's a bit of healing still to do there. And not to judge yourself about it, but just to see it. I think so many of us, we judge ourselves for having triggers or for feeling a certain way. We don't need to judge ourselves. We just need to observe what's going on and, okay, well, why is this happening? Why do I feel this way? Why is this shitting me? Why is it every time that person says something like that it really grinds my gears. And that's when you look within and go, okay, am I doing that? Do I actually do that in some scenarios? Do I do that to other people and not even realize? Am I doing it to myself and not realizing? There's so many different ways to look at things and to learn. When we do this, we're learning about ourselves. We become more self-aware, and you don't have to do it all the time, but those things pop up when they're ready to pop up. Things pop up when they're ready to be healed, to be seen. Like, I know for myself, I've done a lot of this introspection. You're with me. This sort of work along the way, and so I can be quite aware of myself in certain situations, but I still surprise myself in different situations as to how I'm still doing that thing. I thought I don't do that thing anymore. But so those triggers are there to highlight things, and they don't have to be full on crazy stuff. It can just be the smallest things. But if they're there, if it's rubbing you the wrong way, if something's bothering you, then it's there for a purpose. It is there for a purpose. And I mean, really, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? You've got, like it said there, you will inspire some and trigger others, both are medicine. And so you could be talking to two people, and one of them could just be like, wow, I just feel like amazing now. I feel like I could go and conquer the world. And the other person could go, I feel like shit. That person made me feel like shit. And I just hope I never see them again. And you could have said the exact same thing, and it would be taken two different ways because of where those people are at in their life. And that means, like, you will be a pain in the ass to some people, and you will be amazing to other people. And that will probably never change. That's just how it is. That's why there's no point in trying to please everyone, because you and I both know we can't do that anyway, let's be honest. But you won't be able to, because everyone is coming from their own points of view, and everyone's coming from their own triggers, their own lens. So you will trigger some, and you will be triggered by some. I mean, you think about it. There's people in your life that you just think are bloody brilliant, and then there's other people that you just think, but they're there for a purpose. And a lot of people will say this, I'm sure, is the experiences that they've had with the people that have shat them the most have grown them the most, because you've overcome certain things by dealing with these people, because of how you've had to learn about yourself and how to respond, and what it has taught you. Like, the toughest times teach us the most, if we allow it, only if we allow it. If we get stuck there, if we keep seeing the situation the same way, nothing will change. Albert Einstein's, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Like, that's insanity. So if we keep looking at a situation exactly the same over and over again, even if the people and the situations change, but the triggers are still there, if we keep seeing it the same way, we can never change it. So we have to look at our role in it, and what it's bringing up in ourselves. So we have to look in the mirror, and we have to look within to create change, to give love to whatever it is there that needs to be healed or loved, like I said before. So yeah, triggers. I mean, and look, let's be honest, they can really shit you sometimes. And I know it, and you just think, bloody hell, why? But that is part of it, and that's an opportunity for us to grow as well, if we want it to be. So, yeah, I think I will leave that one there for today. I hope you're having a cracker of a day wherever you are right now. Thank you, as always, for being here. I so appreciate having this chin wag with you. And yeah, as always, I'll link everything in the show notes and description. You can connect with me over at Instagram at nereedamckinnes.com. And no, Instagram is actually at Nereeda McInnes, or my website, nereedamckinnes.com. And yeah, I'll put all the notes below. So thank you again for being here. I can't wait to hang out with you next time. And till then, have a good one. Bye.